What's going on? So this is the Creating a Monster podcast. You have already missed so much damn good content. We've talked juice boxes, we've talked success, we've talked Scrooge McDuck. So you're coming in late to the good stuff. This is
Yes.
my good buddy Poch. Poch, introduce yourself real quick for me.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Poch here in California. I'm so excited to be on this podcast. You have no idea. This is going to be epic.
So the beautiful part about Poch and I being on this recording together is the fact both of us believe that tattooing is just a title. It's all about success, and that's what I love about you being here. Is I'm a firm believer that conversations need to go 20% backstory, 80% dreams, goals, success, ambition, and that's what's
Exactly.
fun. That's what's going to be fun here. So to catch everybody up to speed, you and I have talked minimally, but we've gotten to know each other really well on the grand
Super well.
on the grand scheme of success and everything. So
Yes.
we're going to start with that 20% though. I want to know a little bit about your backstory, a little bit about your career path so far in tattooing and in art in general.
Awesome. Everybody knows me. I'm Poch. Started off in New York City. I was a young kid just trying to come up in the 90s, when it was hard for a brother to really even get into the industry, traveled around the world, didn't fit the stereotype, kept pushing, kept going, ended up everywhere, bro. Everywhere, bro. I've been to Florida, Texas, everywhere. And then I ended up in California. At Artistic Element with Roman Abrego. It was one of the best things that ever happened in my career. I didn't need him to define Poch. I just needed him to open up the door so everybody can see who I am. And once I came to California, it did that. It flooded the floodgates. Didn't party, didn't drink, didn't hang out, constantly tattooed for free. I promoted myself. I got what's selling, and I just took off, bro. I just took off. And then everybody started to get to know me as a person and who I am. And everybody just loved me. You know what I'm saying? So once they loved me, it was just like, okay, the artwork is fire. He's a dope dude. He's a nerd. He loves to laugh. Let's go. And it just took off, bro. Took off.
So, all right. So with that being said, let's talk personal brand because you are one of the most, I love the fact you're rocking that fucking juice box. God damn it.
All day. All day.
So you are so much more than a quality artist. You know what I mean? You're a creative and an artist through and through, but you're also a personal brand. You're a personality. You're an individual. You know what I mean? And that's something I think that's being overlooked in tattooing nowadays because we're all personas. You and I talked a little bit, like me growing up, I was the cartoon character tattoo artist. I was that scene. The party and the bullshit, the girls. I didn't prioritize the art. I prioritized the title. It took me a long time to learn valuable lessons from all the dumb shit that I did. I always tell people I've learned really valuable lessons the really hard way. But it's what got me to where I am. You know what I mean? But through those lessons, you create a personal brand. You create something more significant. So what is it you would say the Poch personal brand is?
That's a good fucking question, bro. Let's get into it. So I'm just like you, bro. I've done a lot of trial and error, a lot of stupid shit having to come into the career. The one thing I always did was I was surrounded by so many of our peers who did the drinking, the partying and all the other stuff that showed me that I shouldn't do that. So I was always planted to where I was just like, okay, if I'm going to do this, if my skin color is going to get looked at, let me go over and beyond. So everything I do has to be elegant. Everything I do has to be presentable wise. I've always had that mindset. So me having that mindset, I was like, you know what? Let me do something that's different. I didn't want a name to define me. I didn't want my skin color to define me. I wanted my artwork to define me. So how can I take Poch and make his brand crazy? And that's when I came up with the symbol. Everybody thinks the symbol stands for Poch. Yes, it does. It's a P, so of course it stands for Poch. But it's my daughter's name spelled inside of the letters, and that's what made the P. The crown on top is a king crown. That's who I think I am. I'm a king. You know what I'm saying? But then also it stands for pain, passion. Everything that has to do with a P is powerful, and it's just positive. You know what I'm saying? So that P logo means a lot. And then my father, God rest his soul, his nickname was Pop. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he's the reason why I even became into becoming a tattoo artist. Like as you can see all the paintings in the background, I'm still a big kid. I embraced that because as a kid, it was my happiest time of my life. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So now I'm including that into my life now. So I just wanted the P to build a legacy. I didn't want it to be Pooch is dope. I wanted to be anything that Pooch touched, anything that he's involved in is elegance. It's high quality. It's dope fucking artwork. He's not cutting corners. He's not doing this. And that's my legacy. I've tried for years, you know what I'm saying, to be the best tattoo artist. Bro, you already know. There's so many beast motherfuckers out here. And nowadays, this time period, you don't even have to be a fucking tattoo artist in order to be a dope artist. You can just print shit off. You can paint by numbers and let's go. You know what I'm saying? So I got past the whole trying to be the dope tattoo artist shit. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be, you see my P logo, you see me in the building. It's like, oh my God, that's Pooch. That's the brand. Like that's, he's selling a cup. I have to get that. Oh my God, he's doing a drawing notebook. I have to get that. Oh my God, he has a painting. That brand for me means more than just tattooing. It's everything overall.
How far did your art, your creativity, and your tattooing take off when you stopped prioritizing being the best tattoo artist? When you just focused on Pooch, the personal brand, did the rest of everything just kind of fall into place and start getting refined?
Past 3 months, bro. That's crazy. And people would be like, yo, but Pooch, you've been on selling. You know, you work with Roman Abrego. You know this dude. You know that dude. You know, so who's your best friend? Is Steve Butcher. Like, yeah, all that is great. All that is great. And I'm honored that all that happened. But I was fucking miserable, bro. Because I was chasing a dollar. I was chasing, you know what I'm saying, having to be with the cool kids and all this other stuff. After my pops passed a year ago and nobody was around, I had to really get in tune with myself and figure out a situation. Like, dude, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I mean, honestly, bro, I built the studio. I
Yeah.
had a studio for 2 years. I just recently closed the studio down and working at Old Cucamonga, and I tattoo there and I paint here. I had to separate the two
Yeah.
because I was miserable. You know what I'm saying? So me concentrating on my brand now and concentrating on doing the things that I want to do and building a legacy, I'm tattooing much happier now. All my pieces are coming out clean. I'm getting more emails. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm focusing on a brand and not sitting up here chasing hearts and likes and how can I please others and all that other bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Man, one thing that I love to tap into, and I think you and I had this conversation, when you really start to focus and refine yourself, everything else you want just happens in turn. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's when you laser focus in on the money, all of a sudden you realize it stops growing. But when you focus on yourself, when you focus on the skills, when you focus on the passion, the purpose, the productivity, and the power, dude, I'm a big fan of the letter P too. Then all of a sudden it just appears. All the shit that you thought you needed just happens because you stop focusing so hard on it. And that's where
Yeah.
no, go ahead.
It's it's crazy, bro, because it's like, you know, I had the accolades. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, my artwork is phenomenal. I'm dope at what I do. But that can only go but so far. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to target the tattoo industry. That shit is big, but it's small. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to target the person who works at a corporate job and who's fully tattooed and can't show it, but he has a P logo and a polo. I'm trying to concentrate on the guy that's playing golf and he got golf clubs. Yeah, he's completely sleeved out and legged up, but he can't show it, so he got a golf club with have the P logo up on it. That brand got to stem further, you know. And when you get past that, it's crazy, bro. Like how much clearer things are, and you need to have a team. It's impossible for you to do it alone nowadays. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's so funny you say all that because I quit running like hard copy tangible ads a long time ago until I started reaching out to golf courses. I might be the only tattoo studio in the Midwest who has a full Legacy Tattoo and Art Co. branded ad on scorecards.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, dude. And so I love everything you say because it aligns, because both of us have this bigger vision, this bigger mission that surpasses the tattooing itself. We aren't just wearing a badge. We are pushing the boundaries because what got us into tattooing was thinking outside the box. It was being an outlier. That's no
Yes.
longer the case. You know what I mean? Like it's very commercialized now, which gives us a platform. People turn 18 every day, which means people will always have tattoos as a rites of passage. But
Yes.
at one point in time, you realize the goals have to be bigger. You have to remind yourself of that purpose, that passion, that power, and that productivity, and where thinking outside the box can take you down different avenues because of that initial spark. You know what I mean?
Yes,
That,
yes,
that's what brought you and I together in the first place, was just
yes.
look at where we are now. We started talking like 2 weeks ago. All of a sudden, we're talking success, big dream shit. Like, this is big.
It's awesome. And these conversations need to happen. And I'm glad we're doing this podcast because a lot of these new kids that's coming into the industry right now, don't get me wrong, there's some phenomenal artists out here right now. You know what I'm saying? And for us OGs, like it's not hard to keep up. It's just we're so complacent in what we do that you're not trying to grow. But these type of podcasts allowing these new kids coming in to know that, yo, there's other avenues. There's different things that you can do. Artistically, you can keep pushing. I'm an artist. Like, I love to paint. I love to draw. I'm never going to quit tattooing. You know what I'm saying? This is something I want to do. But there's other avenues that I can do that can lead into tattooing that's going to help me grow. You know what I'm saying? I want to tattoo because I love it again. Past 3 months now, I'm loving it again. I'm a big kid. I'm doing things that I want to do. But the only way I can do that is if I have success in other places, to where I'm not concentrating solely on tattooing to make my money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely, man. And I think so. One thing I talk a lot about are the 6 pillars. It's mind, body, spirituality, knowledge, business, and relationships. You know what I mean? And all of those things require your attention. You can't be successful if you tattoo for 12 hours a day, then go home and you're exhausted. You can't be a good father. You can't be a good partner. You know what I mean? Like, everything requires the same attention you give your art, because you can live as creatively as you create if you do it properly.
Yes.
But you need to maintain that creativity at your core. You know, you can't attach yourself to the tattoo. It's that desire for creativity, for thinking outside the box, for just thinking of things. All right. So I don't know if you and I have had this conversation, but I just did a big group speaking event about how I aligned my faith to my creativity. And so I used to be a dark soul. All right. And I realized I was cutting myself off at the knees, because to create, you have to think outside the box. You have to believe in something that isn't tangible, but you have to be able to believe that it's real so that you can put it on paper. You can take something that's creative that you can't see and bring it into your reality. And so when I was cutting myself off from my spirituality, I needed things to be real. I needed proof of concept before I would ever take the plunge. So I couldn't create properly. When I opened up my belief system, I started to realize there's bigger things than myself. My creativity is bigger than myself. My belief in my family is bigger than myself. My belief in the success that I can create moving forward, bigger than myself. Why wouldn't my spirituality be the same way? All of a sudden, my creativity starts flowing, dude. Like, I opened this door to it. So I've connected that faith concept, whether it's your religion or just your spirituality, whatever that may be, to opening up the parameters of what it is you can do as a creative mind, as an individual. Then all of a sudden your creativity becomes a resource that not many have.
Yes. And I agree with you. I'm a man. I'm very spiritual. You know what I'm saying? I'm not religious.
Yeah.
I'm very spiritual. You know what I'm saying? I'm in tune with myself. And for me, like, it's just understanding who you are. Like, I'm a man who runs off of feeling. I'm an emotional person, bro. Like, if I'm not feeling something, I'm not doing it. If I feel it and I'm happy about it, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's my spiritual connection with myself. You know, like, I love art. Eat, sleep, drink, think art. Like, I've never had a drink, bro. Like, never smoked. You know what I'm saying? I've never done shrooms. Like, I've never done anything because I never wanted to do something that was going to hurt my tattoo career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm passionate about this shit. Like, I love this. And when me and the artwork starts to separate, it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what separated me was trying to chase the hearts, trying to sit up here. I don't have no appointments today. It's slow season. I don't know what's going on. I don't believe in that shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? I believe in, hey, you know what? I gotta hop up off my ass and do something. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I stopped sitting up here chasing the hearts. I started doing them. Dude, I still give away all free tattoos. I'm one of the top guys, and I'm still doing free shit. Why? Because I want to. Yeah. Like, who's to say we gotta have a rule to where you have to? No, because I'm not going to invest thousands of dollars into Instagram to have my ad promoted that probably do good.
Yeah.
when I can sit up here and promote it myself and give away a free tattoo and do something dope and create content, good content, and that's going to get me some more followers and more, you know what I'm saying, comments and more appointments. And it's been proven, like, but I can only do that if I allow myself to let my brand concentrate on other things so I
Absolutely.
can have fun in doing what I got to do here.
I absolutely love that. Like, I think that was the conversation we had, like the prioritization of time management over like over the top scheduling. Like people are in like they're in starvation mode. You know what I mean? They have the scarcity mindset. So they stack the plate, they stack the plate, they stack the plate. Before you know it, you could have spread out your schedule 3 days a week and given every piece of art all of the attention it deserves to produce the best thing in the world. But instead, you condensed it into 2 weeks where you rushed through your creative process. You got everybody in as quick as you could because of the scarcity mindset. And before you know it, 2 weeks later, your schedule's spotty as hell again.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. You,
And
bro, you are nailing it on the fucking dot, bro. It's true. Like you gotta spread yourself out. Like my manager here right now, she's awesome, and she's created me a whole new schedule that where I work on, you know what I'm saying, just only on the weekdays. You know what I'm saying? She's prioritizing my schedule, my time slot and all that. And she's booking appointments out. If she gets 2 appointments you know what I'm saying, today for this week, she starts planning everything out for 2 weeks out. You know what I'm saying? Like she's spreading me out so I'm not, oh my God, I'm slow. I got bills. And don't get me wrong. I get it. We all have bills. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? We all have to pay our shit. But for me, allowing my brand to work, allowing my manager to do her part, it's allowing me to have freedom and have more time to go, okay, well, you know what? I don't have a tattoo today. I'm not going to stress out. I got one tomorrow. But you know what? Today I'm going to draw and paint and do some product shots and do this and do that to concentrate on my brand. You know what I'm saying? So my brand is making me money on the side. So at the end of the week, I'm still having the same whole cash I had, even if I was tattooing,
absolutely, man. Like, I think I think it's important. Like, this is where we can make that transition of what success really means. You know what I mean? Because that's it. Like, to be able to allot yourself time to follow through with that purpose and that passion, to not overweigh yourself with the fear of the what if. I think the reason people panic, like, well, my appointment didn't show up, they canceled today, all of a sudden fear and panic ensues. Then you can't focus on creating anything. It's the last thing on your mind is creating for yourself when who you were supposed
Yes.
to create for doesn't show up. And it becomes this toxic downward spiral to where we start to blame the art for why we're unhappy. We start to say our
Yes.
lives, like our lives are hard because we're not taking responsibility for us making it hard in the first place. You know what I mean? Where we can just live with this ease but intensity. And I love the balance.
Hmm.
I don't believe in work life balance. I believe in balance of emotion. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, and that's crazy you say that because I get that all the time. Yo, Pooch, how do you find balance? You always drawing late night and you're tattooing crazy hours. Here we go, everybody. Let me tell you something. If you're trying to find balance, it doesn't fucking exist, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't.
Yeah.
As a tattoo artist, this is what we do. I'm a workaholic, bro. I work every day. I'm drawing every day. How I do it is having an understanding with my family,
Yeah.
including my daughter into my art life. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that, having them come here and spend time with me. You know what I'm saying? If I have to work crazy hours, the next day I'll take off and spend time with my family. I go home for dinner. I have breakfast in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I do my everyday thing as if I'm moving normal. You can't have an artist on and then, okay, well, I gotta leave at 7 because it's no such thing. You have to create that. You have to have that understanding. Okay, this is work. This is what it gotta be. It's communication with your family and your staff and your crew. That's the main thing, is understanding like, yo, this is what I do. This is how I'm gonna do it. Boom, boom, and allowing your team to do what they need to do. I was hard at that. I used to sit up here and micromanage, bro. Like, no, this guy, who called? Who said what? Bro, I stopped doing that and shit made so much more sense. Like, it made me be like, wow, you know what? I don't have an appointment today. I can go home or I can sit back and draw and make some other content or design a shirt or design a color pencil study. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm dabbling in different avenues. I'm doing a color pencil set, a drawing book. I'm trying to do some polos. Like, I'm doing a lot of stuff that's still art related in the tattoo realm, but separate, So I agree with you on that, man. Like, that balance shit, like,
I
yeah.
and I think there's a social expectation of work-life balance. You know what I mean? Clock in, clock out, work for the weekends, be miserable Monday, rinse, repeat. I don't know how that got like implemented into the tattoo world or the creative world in general, because there is no time clock. You came into
No,
this, you came into this with a fire and a passion to do what fuels you, knowing that if you clock in and clock out for a 9 to 5, you work this amount of hours for someone else's dream. When you're a creative, you work every fucking hour, but you get to experience your own dream.
yes.
Somewhere there was a disattachment to where people like aligned the two, and they found the balance from the passion of art to the misery of like social norms. Like that's the balance they've landed on.
Nah, and I can't do that. You know, it's just one of those things. Like I'm me. I'm never gonna like. I tried the other way, and the other way made me miserable.
Yep.
I'm me. I'm a nerd. I love comic books. I love toys. I love having my juice boxes. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little kid, and me being in tune with myself. And what's crazy was I'm not trying to get emotional and shit. After my pops passed, I didn't take his death as like a downfall.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like the first 8 months, it was rough. You know what I'm saying? It was super hard because he's the reason why I even became this. Like, so how can you sit down and draw these pieces that you love? And it was your pops the one that introduced it. So it was hard for me for 8 months. So me being straight in a rut for 8 months, I was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, bro? The only way his name's gonna live on is if you fucking crush it, if you kill it, if you keep moving. You sitting around and sitting inside your shop and being in a dark place is not going to get it. You know what I'm saying? You got to go and do it. So with me standing my pop's death, like my dad was helpful to everybody. He did barbecues. He helped out this person. My dad died broke helping people. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, when he passed, everybody was sad for a week. After that, they lived on. So that made me go, you know what? Let me concentrate on my brand more. Let me concentrate on the P logo more because I want what Kobe had. You see what I'm saying? Like when he passed, the world stopped. You see what I'm saying? Anything that Kobe name is on is golden, bro. It's like, oh my God, that's Kobe product, Mamba product. It has to be up. That's what I want. I want my artwork to be important now as much as it's important if I pass on. You know what I'm saying? I want to be that staple. Like I want to be that guy in the tattoo convention that everybody goes, oh shit, that's Poch. He's here.
Yep.
Oh my God, I desire that. How many old tattoo artists that we know who paved the way for us that we show respect to, who we see in the convention and we like, oh my God, I love you, you know, thank you. But so many other people just, whatever, he ain't got it no more. You know, he's doing old shit. Like, I don't want that. I want that respect. And the only way I can do that, bro, is building this brand. Me for success is not the money. I've been there, done that. I had the nice cars. I had the money. I had the house. I had all this, blah, blah, blah. Me for success is being able to sit up here and pay for my daughter's school.
Yeah.
Me for success is being able to give my boys jobs. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Me for success is seeing my team have the things that they always dreamed of. Having my mother a house, having my company name on billboards, having my artwork in galleries. That to me is success, bro. Yeah. Because I want wealth. I'm not trying to get rich.
I love that. Well, and that's the difference between like, you know, I just want to take home the bag, or do you want to be financially free? You know what I mean? That financial freedom doesn't come with a dollar amount. It comes with an experience. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It comes with the creation of that legacy. Like financial freedom, it comes with a purpose. It comes with meaning. Where everybody's like, I just want to make that money. You're not gonna. I mean, saving the money that you make is helpful, but it's not the focus. The focus is the experiences you get from the hard work you put in to the things that give you the most meaning. You know what I mean? And there's two kinds of legacy that I think you and I have tapped into that need to be addressed. And that's family legacy and that's brand legacy. Because eventually with brand legacy, your face will be forgotten, but your brand will live on if you do it right. But in your family legacy, your name will never be forgotten because of the person you were, the mission you were on, and the purpose and the passion that they then get to emulate moving down in generations. And if you can nail both of those things, goddamn, man, you're on that path to create both. It doesn't matter at the end of the day who we were. What matters is that we continuously climb uphill and do the story of Sisyphus? Rolling the boulder up the hill nonstop for eternity. I love that story because all success, all happiness, all love, and all legacy is a byproduct of the achievements that we get to accomplish. And I say get very specifically because these are all things that we get to do. We
Yes.
we get to do these things, and it's so beautiful to look at it that way. We don't have to do a tattoo. You know what I mean? Like I don't say I have to go pick up my son. I don't like it's
I
all
get to pick up my son. I
yes,
get to tattoo. Yeah.
yeah. I love it. It's just a
I
little
love it too. And that's what's crazy too, is like I tell people now, like I'm in a transition where I don't want to tattoo everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm making it hard for people to get tattooed by me now because I want it to be quality control. You know, I don't want to sit down with somebody in a chair for 12 hours that's an asshole. You know
yeah
what I'm saying? I want people to really, because the price you're paying for me to tattoo you is not the price that everybody's telling you. It's the years of my experience that I can sit up here and do this tattoo amazing. It's my struggles. It's all my sacrificing. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like you have to earn it. There's a million tattoo people all around, bro. Like you don't have to come to me. So if you're choosing me, I'm going to give you 150% of myself. You know what I'm saying? But we have to mesh well. If we don't sit up here and mesh well, the tattoo's not going to be great. You're not going to have a good experience, and neither is me.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely directing a lot of things on what you're saying. You know, like because it's key points. It's what a lot of artists need to understand and need to sit up here and stop and take a moment to realize. You know, like you have to build a legacy. You have to build a brand because there's so many artists again who we love, who we know, who worked so hard, who paved the way for us,
Yeah.
and you look at them now, they still in the convention, still trying,
Yep.
like, still trying to keep up, still getting disrespected. Like, that shit bothers me, bro. Like, I'm like, I don't want to be in my 50s still in the convention, like, I still got it. Yeah, you know, I can keep up with you. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to sit back, relax, and enjoy the things that I've worked hard for, you know?
I mean, I came into a lot of fear, man, because I played drums for 30 years now and I've tattooed for almost 20. And I got to that point where I started getting that cramp hand. My biggest fear in the world is getting done tattooing, the thing that I love the most, and having to put my wrist brace on because carpal tunnel's kicking the shit out of me. You know what I mean? Like, like,
Yeah.
but you see that, you know what I mean? And so my thing is like, I picked up a really serious and a really strict, like healthy eating regimen. I started working on my physical fitness and I started doing a lot of powerlifting because I don't have carpal tunnel anymore. I don't have any problems.
Really?
Yeah. And I like when I started again, I prioritized myself over just the
Mm,
hustle, the grind, and the bullshit. And now I feel better. I'm more active. I'm more energetic. My mind is more clear. You and I wouldn't have
mm,
this conversation had I not put myself in the position to be the captain of my own ship again. You know what I mean? I am in total fucking control. And it's because I prioritize everything when it deserves my attention. But
mm,
so frequently people have like, all right, you're here doing this tattoo, you're here doing this painting, but then you got baby mama calling you and you've got people coming in the door and you got problems with not making money, you're back on bills, and it's all at the same time. So nothing is getting all of you. You are no longer in control, which is why I talk so heavily
mm,
on serenity. You know, knowing what you're in
mm,
control of, knowing what you are not in control of, and knowing the difference. And that is
mm.
how I'm able to just laser focus all of it. And all of it gets my love. If I don't love it, it doesn't get my attention. So tell me a little bit with like we understand the mission that you're on. We understand where you've come from and all that purpose, that passion, that productivity, and most of all the power that you were speaking of that is behind the letter P.
Yes.
But where do you want to take that P? How far are we going with
I'm
this?
trying to go as far as I can. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make this P brand something. I don't want it to have like Nike or Jordan, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I want when you look at my P brand or you look at everything I do, it's more than just tattooing. I want that word to scream art. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, how you have Prisma and you have Crayola, you have their own separate entity. It's still one unit. I want that P brand to be that. I want when you see it, I want the world to see that logo and be like, that means quality.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I want that brand to be like, that shit is on that shit. That means it must be quality. It's fire. He's not putting out nothing horrible. That's what I want, but it's endless, bro. Like, it's super endless. Like, I'm going crazy with it now, like super crazy with it. It starts with me first, and that comes from the artwork, the tattooing is the foundation of the artwork. So everything I'm doing right now has to be top notch. My videos have to be quality. Like, it starts with me first. You know what I'm saying? So once that starts with me, a lot of companies are going to get on board, and which is I have a few companies on board who's like, yo, Pooch, I'm loving the branding. I'm loving the artwork. I'm loving the P. I'm loving the everything all black on black. Like, oh my God, I want to do something with you. Okay. If we do something, understand this. I got to have artistic control. Like, it needs to be this. The product needs to be dope. Like, I'm with World Famous Tattoo Ink. Now, I could have been with any other ink company in the
Yeah.
world. They product has to mean something. On my contract with World Famous, I have full right and say so to know if the product is being changed. Because I can't tie my name into something to educate
Yep.
artists, to educate people or using something that's going to be a problem
Yep.
in the future. No. So everything I touch, any brand that want to sit up here and merge with me, it has to be top notch. If it's not, sorry.
I fucking love that. So, I mean, so many different layers to an onion of that conversation. So my favorite part about that is the acknowledgement of the importance of partnership with someone who aligns with your mission, or at least supports the mission you're on. Because a lot of artists right now, and this isn't just tattoo artists, artists in general are
Yeah.
all looking for sponsorship.
Stop it.
Getting to that, yeah,
Stop.
getting to the level of being able to partner with somebody, that is top tier. And I'm not saying it's not a difficult thing to reach, but it's a goal to shoot toward. You know,
Yes.
with a goal, you require a system, you require a battle plan. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And so if the goal is to create that partnership, now all of a sudden you're required to re-tap into your creativity to know how it is you have to act moving forward to get you to that point, which means everything in your world,
Hmm.
everything in your life, your own internal has to be refined, and it has to be creative moving forward. Again, that goes right back to what we were saying. You focus on,
Yeah, what's crazy is what you're saying is absolutely right. And here's little teasers for everybody on here that wants to know. I was an artist just like you who wanted to be sponsored by everybody, right? People need to stop saying sponsored, because that's not sponsored. It's called endorsement deals. It's pretty much, I fly your colors, I promote your brand, you help promote me. That's called an endorsement deal. Sponsored deals is when you get paid for something, right? Now, here you go. It starts with your brand first. You see what I'm saying? A company's going to sit up here and sponsor artists or whoever it is and promise them 10% off of a product. When you can go ahead and go out there and buy it yourself. Now you have to fly all around the world. You got to sit up here and pay for your own hotel. You got to sit up here and pay for your own booth. You got to set everything up, have their little shit in the corner, and all they're giving you is 10%. It's not fair. You know what I'm saying? It ain't fair at all. So for me was when I focused on my brand and focused on wearing scrubs to work. If I go to convention, I'm poloed out. You never see me on a hat. I keep the fresh cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got my glasses on. I'm presenting myself professionally. You don't hear hip hop shit in my booth. I'm presenting myself to where I'm a businessman. I'm a boss first. You know what I'm saying? So when companies come at me now and they go, hey, Pooch, we want to sponsor you. Hold up. I've been doing it on my own. My brand preaches this. Now, if you want to sit at the table and want to talk to me about something, let's sit down and talk. Now I have something to throw at them. You know what I'm saying? Other than I give you 10%. Well, I can buy my own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to do that. Hand me more. Okay, Pooch, well, we'll sit up here and fly you out, or we'll pay for your booth, or we'll do that. Perfect. Okay, how about the product? I got to test the product. Is the product good? Is this quality going to stay the same? These are the things that artists need to ask something. But first, you need to build a brand within yourself and know what you want to do. And with me, it's quality. So companies don't come at me sideways.
oh my God, you're my new best friend, Pooch. Oh, dude, it's it's so important, man, because when kids are coming up with, if you have a passion for anything, let's get off tattooing. If you're
Hmm.
passionate, if you're creative,
Yeah.
you want to be a musician, if you want to be a tattoo artist, if you want to be a painter, if you want to start your own entrepreneur business, you want to work remotely, and you want to do it so you can stay home with your kids more frequently, you have to present yourself in a certain way. It's all communication. At this point, you're tapping into communication strategies. You're being articulate. You're being very well thought out. You're not acting on emotion. You're acting with logic. You're presenting yourself in a certain way with the way you dress. Even on this, You made sure that you had a proper background so that you knew when it got shown, it was showing, it was showcasing what, like it was showcasing pooch art. I've got this on my background at all times. When you were on that call with me and my team,
Yeah.
branding across the board, we all stay in unison because we have a brand to represent. We have a mission because we're
Yes.
all aligned in our sincerity of what it is we do, and that takes quality control.
Yes. And it's like you have to do that because a lot of people get, again, that's what I'm saying before. It starts with your brand. It starts with who you are as a person. Like these companies that's coming in is not selling to everyday Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
They're selling a product into the field that you are in. So the only way they're making money is in our field. This person's not having no money elsewhere. He's making his money. He got a Ferrari. He got a house. He's paying for his family off the field that we in. So you came to me because you know my brand was solid. Okay, so what are you putting on the table? You can't just come to me and give me 10% off on a deal, and nah, that's not going to work. But that comes with branding. That's understanding who you are and not being hungry and thirsty. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm big on that branding thing. Like again, if a sponsor came to me and I was solely only on tattooing, I'll be like, yes, I want that color, and I get fucked over in the deal. Now with me having my brand and me doing other different things, now I can sit back and be like, hold up. Let's talk about a few things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got my money here, 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 here. Yes, this is the main focal point, but I got money coming in here. Are you going to help in this? What are you bringing in value into my brand? Because I can't have the Pooch brand on a product that's selling drugs and who's promoting drinking and all that. I don't do
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
So, again, the branding thing for me is
Yep.
important.
What got me to where I am? I try not to dive too much into like businesses as much as I do our personal brands on this, but that was the one thing that attracted me to JWX. Everybody that you
Okay.
meet, sober dude, been through the ringer, been through it. Now we promote nothing but positive actions, positive attitude.
Love it.
We promote the
Love it.
fact that we are all of service. And you as a tattoo artist, you as a personal brand, the objective is to be of service to others, to be able to provide information, to be able to provide a quality product based on your own merit and your belief in that brand. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so you have to truly be sincere in what you do. You're not selling merch, Pooch. You're selling apparel. You're not selling a tat, bro. You are selling a quality piece of art that somebody gets the luxury of wearing for life. It's all on how you view these things. So
Exactly.
like a client that we worked with, when we get done, we decide in that moment, fucking nailed it. Or this could have used a little bit of work. When they wear that tattoo, it's a beautiful piece of art, it's a memory, it's an experience, and it's for life. So if you carry
Yes.
yourself in a certain manner, they'll remember that. They will pick
Yes,
things
they will.
up. And so you as a brand are now on a person. You are now on a t-shirt. You are now in a bottle of ink. And when you can give each thing that little bit of love, that little bit of personal attention, then that's how you create that legacy, man.
Yes. And that legacy is important, man. Like, I ask a lot of artists that take my seminars. So, like, I stopped doing seminars,
Yeah.
bro, because I felt like it was clout chasing. I felt like a lot of people wasn't sitting up here and really learning. Understand this. I've been tattooing for 20 something years, bro. And I'm a black tattoo. Let me change that. I hate that. I'm a tattoo artist who happen to be a proud black man. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate the word black tattoo artist. I can't stand it. But it was hard for me growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like it was hard for me to even get in the door in a convention or do anything. So I spent 20 years traveling the world. Dude, I took up classes with Nico Hurtado, Boris. Like I went to Europe. You know what I'm saying? I met O'Karen, Englehart. Bro, like I've traveled the world. So for me, I got a lot to
Yeah.
teach. I got a lot to offer. There's amazing tattoo artists in the world, a lot of tattoo artists. It comes to that paper and pencil, I'm a beast, bro. Like, I'm a beast. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I got a lot to give, and I was doing my seminars, and I was speaking to deaf ears. Like, a few people took a lot of it, but a lot of people was just like, I took Pooch's seminar, so now I'm going to charge more, and, bro, it was just clout chasing. So I stopped for a little while. I was like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. Now I'm redoing my seminars again. But now I'm going to be selective. I'm going to be asking people questions. And that's part of my brand. That's part of my legacy. Not everybody can get in Pooch class because I'm not chasing that $1,000 every time somebody sign up. I don't need the money. You know what I'm saying? I'm so past the money, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. We all need money to live, but I'm no longer chasing it because when you chase it, it runs from you. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm being selective on who I have my seminars with. I want to know the person I want to take my class. I want to know how long you've been doing it. I want to know all the experiments you want to go. Now people going to go around and be like, yo, have you had Pooch's class? No, he didn't accept me. It's what's making my brand go even higher now. Pooch is not teaching everybody. Pooch is being selective on who he is. And yes, the fucking class is going to be expensive because I'm giving you a chance to grow in your career. I'm teaching you artwork. I'm teaching you brand. I'm teaching you a whole presentation. You know what I'm saying? All the legacy. I'm giving you a whole new movement within your company. So I'm giving you college courses in 4 years in one day. So yes, it's going to be fucking expensive. You have to sit up here and pay for it. Like, you know, it is what it is. But that's something I'm big on in part of my brand. Like, I'm stopping doing certain podcasts. You know, your podcast is fucking awesome. Your team who talked to me in that meeting, bro, they touch base. Any artist that's watching this right now, please, bro, of the team my brother has is insane, man. It touches on all bases. It's what we need. It's not basically like a cheat code. It's understanding the things of what we don't know as tattoo artists. I didn't know a lot of shit that we had a meeting on. And I feel like a lot of artists need to tap into that to understand more about the business, more about Instagram, branding yourself, having a legacy, having long goal terms. Like, these are important, and a lot of podcast whole stuff is not doing that. And I thank you for having the time and teaching us that, because it's very, 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 very important. So this podcast to me is really, really special, bro.
Dude, I couldn't be more appreciative of you being here. So I do have a question for you. This is something that popped in my head through this conversation. Can you explain the difference between worth and value?
Okay. To me, worth is pretty much I'm trying to find a proper way on how to say this.
There's a thin red tape between the two, and people get them confused. But you know the
but you know the difference. See, me is I'm worth this much. This is what I'm worth. I'm expecting this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm expecting. You know what I'm saying? Value is like you put in an item, or okay, prime example, my brand, right? My brand is worth a lot, right? My brand value is higher more, because that value is having my brand. It's like, oh my God, it's more than just money. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just that. Yeah, he's worth this amount of money each session, but he's getting that because his value of his brand is worth 10 times more. You see what I'm saying? Like, his brand is valued at everything. Like, he's making this, he's making that, he's making this, he's making that. So yeah, he's worth me paying this because his value is high.
I love this part of it, because that's a big ticket question that a lot of people don't understand the difference. Everybody say, this is what I'm worth. Okay, so what value do you provide? You know, so with the Force of Focus, I work with clients, or I'll call them artists. I work with artists from beginners to like 10, 15 years. And what's one of the big ticket questions is everybody comes in knowing their worth. They come in knowing who they think they are and what they deserve. So let's work on your value, because if your value and your worth don't align, then something's obscure. It's just like having an expectation as opposed to a personal standard. These things have to align.
Yeah.
And I think that's so hard for people to really be able to prioritize, to understand the difference between those two things. And what makes you significant is the fact that not only do you know your worth, but you consistently put forth the effort to increase your value. You're offering more at all times. So it's almost like you're underselling, but over delivering at all times. So both of them just continuously scale. You know, and
you have to.
As a creative, that's the objective. The only way to get there is to consistently think outside the box and to have that childlike wonder. You know what I mean? That kid excitement. One thing that I do focus is I tell people this all the time. I'm a high performance coach, but what I do is I'm a dream coach, because at one point in time, you had to learn how to roll over, You had to learn how to crawl, you had to learn how to walk, and you had to learn how to run. But social expectations taught you to have these chips on your shoulder and what you were and weren't capable of accomplishing. You forgot how to
Mm-hmm.
dream. Occasionally, people like you and I, we held on to a little bit of that dream, a little bit of that childlike wonder of what was fucking possible. And we still chase that every day with that same excitement, that same energy, and that same love for life to be able to consistently push us forward because that's how we increase our value. I don't really care to
Yes.
talk about what my worth is. What I care about is consistently working on the things that are going to increase my value so that I can live out that dream because of the childlike wonder that I have of what is truly possible. I will Peter Pan the fuck out of my life forever.
Bro, if I could turn this camera around, I'm watching Disney. Like, bro, I'm all I'm all about like you cannot give up on your dreams. You have to believe in your dreams so much that it's
Yeah.
toxic. Like you have to believe the lie. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to. I wake up every morning, look in the mirror, and tell myself, I'm that dude.
Yeah.
I'm that dude. I don't chase money. I don't tell myself I'm gonna make this amount of money. I wake up in the morning and I go, yo, I'm that dude. You know what I'm saying? And I tell myself that constantly every time I look in the mirror. Because if I don't believe in me, who else is going to believe in me? You know what I'm saying? Like if I go to, like people call me bougie, bro. Like, small example. How my session rate is 2,500. I could charge more. I can. I don't want to. I'm comfortable at that rate. It's something I do. It starts off at that rate and it goes up and down depending on whatever. But with that 2,500, you come inside my shop, you get a mimosa. You come inside my shop, shoes is off. You come inside my shop, you get greeted. You come inside my shop, I pay for lunch and dinner. And I'm not talking about McDonald's. I mean steak, asparagus, potatoes. You know what I'm saying? You get grapes every hour. I give you water. I'm selling an experience. My value in tattooing is more than just you sitting around and getting a fucking tattoo. It's me. It's us having a conversation. If you got a favorite movie, I ask all these in my consultations with all my clients. Hey, what kind of stuff do you like? Oh, Pooch, I love Star Wars. I want to do a Star Wars piece. Cool. Hand me your favorite Star Wars piece. Oh, my favorite Star Wars movie is part 3. Perfect. So when the client comes in, I got part 3 on. So as they're waiting for me to setting up, everything is an overall experience. Again, my value is here. You know what I'm saying? So whatever I'm worth, it's right here. You know what I'm saying? So I get no 2,500. What? That's too expensive. No, because you're getting an experience. I'm selling you on something that you're going to leave out of here and be like, oh my God. Like I have my bags, have my P logo. My aftercare have my P logo up on it. All my aftercare folders have my P logo up on it. After I finish my tattoo, all my clients get aftercare for free. My
Yeah.
own. But it has my brand and it has my card in it. You know what I'm saying? Everything I sell is elegant and sexy. Hey, Nicole, give me a flyer, please. You know what I'm saying? So again, I put my value here. You know what I'm saying? So my worth is never
Yeah.
questioned.
Oh, God damn it, Pooch. This has been one of my favorite conversations so far. All right. So, so the key objective, again, do you think it's important to consistently ask ourselves, tattoo artist or successful? What would you prefer to be? You know what I mean? No,
Me?
just in general,
Oh,
just having that conversation with people because
but people look at you stupid. They're like, tattoo artist. So you want to be a broke tattoo artist?
yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yep. And so I mean that like when I hear that it's like all right, so goal achieved then, huh? So
Yeah.
where do you go from here? Like
People standards are so like they want to chase. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. And people ask me that all the time. Hey, Pooch, what you trying to do? I'm trying to build wealth, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's a big difference, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I can have all the money right now, or do I want a lot of money on years to come?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want when somebody step into my product for them to be like, okay, like again, like I actually bring a flyer. Like, this is my flyer for
yeah,
clients, bro. Like, sway hard with, like, so it's the little things that goes a
yeah,
long way. You know what I'm saying? Just understanding your value, bro. Like, you know, I would rather take
yeah.
success over anything.
Well,
Over anything. Yes, I'm an artist. I love what I do. I'm not a tattooist. I'm an artist who just so happened to focus on
yes,
tattooing as his main thing. But I'm an artist first. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to be a starving artist,
yeah,
bro. I don't want to be broke. Like, I love art. I'm sitting in the fucking box and,
Yeah.
and broke as hell. No, you have to choose success first because nobody get into this business to be
Yeah.
broke. You know what I'm saying? It's not happening.
It's been sold that way, you know what I mean? Like being a tattoo artist, quick, easy money grab. How many $50 tattoos can you do in a day? I remember 15 years ago, my buddy was telling these fucking glory stories of that one time he had $1,000 day. And he's just like, just chomping at the bit to tell everybody how cool that was. Here it is 20 years later. And it's not about the money for me, similar to you. It's about the experience. Like I know my worth because of the value that I produce. But look at everything you've said. Look at the flyer you just showed me. You have as much of an eye for detail for your flyer as you do for your art because of the personal brand. Now imagine when you said it's not about the money, it's about the wealth. All right. Now imagine that generational wealth that can be created along with a logo that becomes a family lineage, so you can create generational wealth because of the passion and the purpose that Poch had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have just broken a chain in your previous heritage, in your lineage.
Yeah.
You've been the chain breaker. You've changed the trajectory of your family because of your fucking heart and your creativity.
Yes.
Tell me that is not the
Yes.
fucking dream of every creative when they're a kid. Going back to that, like losing your dream. Your dream is to just be that playful kid forever. And eventually somebody makes you jaded. You hear no just enough times that you get how to dream, and then you look for the next bit of acceptance to make sure you're on the right track, and it all goes on the wayside. You kept that. And now you can have that dream consistency, that momentum of just creativity and love and passion down in generations.
Yes, and not only with generation, with artists too, or people who I choose to connect with. Like, I just met you and your crew, and we're phenomenal, and we're going to team up and do something together. And I'm super honored about it. Now my P brand, if something was to ever happen to me, or whatever the case may be, my P brand now is going to be a part of your team. That's going to create standards. It's going to keep moving. It's going to help somebody else make money. To me, that's success, bro. That to me is more than anything. You know, like I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't give a fuck about money. Like I've been there. I've done that. A lot of my friends too around me, like I'm starting to choose who I'm choosing to have around me. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're saying a dream and somebody in the sideline goes, that ain't the person I want in my corner. You know what I'm saying? So as you grow, your friends become leaves. It sucks. It sucks. You have your roots. You know what I'm saying? You have your branches, but you got a lot of fucking leaves who will stick around and then they'll fall off on certain seasons. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's just like, I get a lot of people now that's desperate because it's been hard for us last year, bro. Like tattooists, It's been fucking hard for us last year. And a lot of people is just like, oh, Pooch, well, you should do names. You should do your portraits cheaper. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. And I wrote the motherfuckers off. Like, I'm not trying to chase a whole bunch of money right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm standing firm. I'm still 2,500. I'm still 3,000. You want it, you want it. You don't, you don't. Let me focus on my art then. I'm going to concentrate on my clothes. I'm going to concentrate on my brand. I'm going to concentrate because you're not paying my fucking bills. So who are you to come in and fuck up or my dream or have me dumb down my quality because he's suffering? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people project their fears onto you, and I'm not for that. You know, I keep my quality the way I want to.
I mean, dude, realistically, how many times do you hear what the industry standard is in city to city, state to state? You're basing everything off of an industry standard, but what are yours? Maintain that. Mm-hmm. You know, like an industry standard is a sliding scale based on what everyone else does. And we didn't get into this shit to be like everybody else. That's what made us so significant to begin with. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't water down your worth or your value to appease to other people because then you lose parts of yourself. And that's not just in the industry. That's in your path in life. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
Like in that.
Yes. And it's crazy. Like I heard a quote off of somebody, I forgot who it was, and it stuck with me for the past 2 months, bro. He was like, you want gourmet or you want McDonald's? Now, if you want McDonald's, it's cool. It's fast food. I eat McDonald's, bro. Still to this day. You know what I'm saying? It's needed when it's needed. But if you want gourmet, you have to go out and get it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So I treat myself like that. If you want the fast food, you can go out and get it. There's a bunch of tattoo artists that's doing deals, that's doing this, that's doing that. Or do you want gourmet? I never changed my value of who I am and what my company is or just because the economy or everybody else is doing something. I stood firm into this is what I am. This is what I want to do. I'm going to stick to it, and I'm not going to sit up here and rebuttal with anything. If I lose certain things, you know, what I'm saying, if my company have to cut courses and have to cut certain things, then so be it. Then I need to put together a team that understands that and who wants to see us win, and let's grow and let's start to move forward. And the team I have right now understands that, and we're gonna fucking crush it right
Yeah,
now.
dude, I love that because you know what adjusts industry standards? Fear of economy. You know what I mean? And so the reality is the economy doesn't affect me because I don't base my expectations off of industry standards. I base my expectations off of me. I look around everywhere every day. If I see a beautiful car, I believe in envy, but I'm going to find a path to get what I want because that's my financial freedom. To get
Mm-hmm.
wrapped up in what everybody else is doing to be able to accomplish that. Your dream and my dream are not the same. If I start my time
Mm-hmm.
chasing Pooch's dream, I'm going to shit the bed and I'm going to get really fucking mad about some stuff. You know what I
Yes.
mean? But I'm going to look at what you've been able to create in your creative path and say, I want to do that. And I'm going to find my own way to get there. We can still run parallel, having our own experiences because that's what's going to make us all successful.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Everybody's chasing the same vision, the same goal, and nobody ever gets there.
I think they don't get there because what's the end result? You see what I'm saying? Like you're chasing somebody else's dream and you lost your way. You see what I'm saying? So what's the end result?
Yep.
You know, at the end of the day, like you have to understand that my end result is be able to create and give something to my dog. You see what I'm saying? My end result is making my name ring bells. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not, I'm trying to make $1 million next year. It's not, I'm trying to make $1 billion at the end of the day. All I want to do is create, be happy with everything that I'm doing and enjoying the fucking ride, enjoying the process. You know what I'm saying? That's it, bro. But a lot of these guys is, oh my God, if this person is doing this, so I'm going to hop on a bandwagon and do this when what you was doing was great. Why don't you stick to that? Bro, I see it all the time. So man, I want to do color realism. Why? Oh, because I just want to get in color. Okay, do you understand color theory? No. Are you great in black and gray? Have you mastered the shit that you're doing already? No. So why do you want to switch lanes on something that if you ain't even set up here and master the things that you're doing? How you can't even pull a clean line, but you want to get in realism? Oh, because it's popular on Instagram. Have a good day.
Yep.
Like it's crazy.
Yep.
It's
The
wild.
jack of all trades, but the master at none. You know what I mean? Everybody's doing this Sam's Club sample platter shit and just being able to say they specialize in whatever's hip on Instagram. But I mean, you don't master it. You dabble in it, and then you're willing to do what the next person wants so that you can do that tattoo and you can make that money. But imagine for a second you prioritized a specific concept of art for your purpose and for your passion, and you got really fucking good at it. And then you wanted to change, you wanted to turn the dial, you wanted to start moving the scale a little bit to be able to up your value because you've gone through the process of mastery. You've understood the necessity of it.
I love that. I love that, bro. It's value again. I
Yeah.
love that. Instead of you switching lanes, do what you're doing and put a higher value up on it. That's what Steve Butcher did. Like I was working with Roman in Artistic Element for years. You know what I'm saying? And I had to leave because I felt stagnant. I'm the type of artist that I hate feeling
Yeah.
complacent. I hate it, bro. Like I love to grow. So when I went to Steve Butcher, who's one of my best friends, who's the reason why I'm even this beast artist I am today, is because Steve took the time for a year and retrained me. And the reason why I went with Steve was because he took portraits, what everybody else was doing, and put depth of field in it. He just took that level and went a little bit up and a little bit up, and I synced it. And I was like, okay. And that's what I'm talking about. Take your level and go a little bit higher. You know what I'm saying? Just bump it up a little bit. And then once you master that, you know, then you can veer off. Bro, I don't know when the last time I seen the old school traditional piece, like on Instagram, bro. Like all I see is realism, portraits, a whole bunch of collages. And don't get me wrong, a lot of artists are doing it. Oxy's one of my favorite fucking artists. Harrington, there's so many dope new artists that's coming into this industry that's killing it. But I don't see no more different genres. Like I don't see no
Yeah.
more Like I would love to see a traditional piece. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't see that anymore. It's just
Yeah.
the same thing.
I mean, there's a lot of reasons for that is because we sacrifice, we physically sacrifice our creativity to do this career now. You know what I mean? You now create for other people. So you have to literally you have to sacrifice your internal creativity to create for other people. Then at the end of the day, you realize you've lost connection to that one thing that made you unique. You know, you could have grown up in a troubled fucking childhood. You could have grown up feeling disattached, abandoned. But creativity is what gave you purpose. It's the one safe space you had. It was the place you could dream and you could create. You sacrifice that to become a tattoo artist nowadays because you have to do what's really hot on social media. You have to do what's going to make you the money immediately.
Fuck that.
Right.
Fuck that.
Oh, man. This has been a fun conversation. You and I are going to keep this up, man. But I truly am privileged and honored to have had you on this today.
Thank you for having me, bro. It's an honor to be on here, man. You have no idea. It's a blessing.
We're definitely going to keep doing this. We'll keep that conversation going about what creating a monster is going to look like moving forward because I think you and I are we're going to be doing some shit here moving forward.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can't wait, man. Well, again, I appreciate the hell out of your time, man. Go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you. Best way to get a hold of you.
Well, it's Poch here, guys. The best way to find me is in California. That's where I'm at. If you're trying to get a session in with me or just have any questions or just want to say what's up, hit the website, pochfinearts.com. Hit me up. I'm here 24/7 all day. If I'm not here, Nicole is here. So trust me, it's easy to get in contact with me.
Fucking love you, Poch. I appreciate everybody checking this out. Now, we're going to be doing a lot more of this. Go ahead and reach out, like and subscribe if that's a thing you're into. But for mostly, make sure you're sharing this with people. We got to have people hearing what the hell Poch has got to say. This guy.
Please, dude. Please, dude. I'm not talking gibberish. I promise.
This guy's got knowledge.
Check it out. It's dope. It's fire.